Hey everybody, it's Alyssa, and today we wanted to showcase a place that is dear to our hearts. Now, I will tell you it's not Disney, but believe it or not, we do in fact go other places besides Disney properties, and we love to explore awesome locations in our own backyard. So today I wanted to show you Fontana Village, located in Fontana, North Carolina, and tell you why we feel it's so special. So Fontana is in the middle of the mountains in western North Carolina and is completely removed from literally everything. We love the scenic beauty and the isolation from busy towns and the lack of noise and even the lack of cell phone service. We originally took this trip back in September when we went with the specific purpose to unplug, and this is a great place to do that. So the village itself consists of a main lodge, which is like your typical hotel style lodging, and also offers multiple 1, 2, and 3 bedroom cabins located throughout the property. They also offer suites for special occasions and can even host your wedding or a family reunion. In addition to the amazing views, Fontana Village also has a fascinating history. Originally built in the 1940s, Fontana Village was the town built specifically for the workers that were building the local Fontana Dam. This dam served as a power source during the 1940s to help the local factory build airplanes that would be flown during World War II. Even after the war, the dam still provides power to the local area and serves as a monument to what people can accomplish when they come together for a singular purpose. So upon check-in, you'll be handed a map and an itinerary for the week of your stay. On our stay, we chose to rent one of the 1-bedroom cabins. Now, I'll give you a little personal history for me and my family specifically and how we knew that this place even existed. It's because, believe it or not, when I was in elementary school, we clogged as part of our school. And as a child, we would come and visit during their annual clogging festival. Now, if you don't know what that is and decide to Google it, please, it's a Southern thing. No judgment. So we decided to come to Fontana because we thought it would be a great place to unplug and get away and de-stress during the incredibly stressful time that comes with living through a pandemic. And so we thought, because it would be isolated, because we could stay in the 1-bedroom cabin and we could practically walk everywhere, that this would be a great place to just like turn our brains off for a couple days. And we thoroughly enjoyed our stay. So like I said, we stayed in a 1-bedroom cabin, but they have lots of different options. You can either stay in the lodge or you can stay in one of the cabins. They have 1, 2, and 3-bedroom cabins. So it's kind of just up to your personal preference. If you're considering staying here, I'd highly recommend going onto their website and looking at the map, because this place is large. So there's lots of walking, or if you've got like a golf cart or something like that, but there's a lot of walking. So I do definitely suggest looking at their map and seeing which cabin that you're considering renting, where it's located. So this was cabin 801. It was a 1-bedroom cabin, not too far from the kind of main area where the restaurants were. We really loved the outside porch and kind of a almost completely wraparound porch. It also had a table outside with a fire pit if you wanted to bring some firewood and roast some marshmallows. They also had an outside patio. Every morning that we stayed, I sat out here and drank my coffee and read a book, and it was just so peaceful. And the location was pretty great too. Like I said, it wasn't too far. We were able to walk everywhere that we wanted to go. Neighbors weren't too close, so even if you did have someone else staying near you, you really didn't hear them. Most people kind of kept to themselves. It was pretty quiet. Like I said, we went during September, so the weather was really good, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. So now on to the inside of the cabin itself. It was updated fairly recently. Back when I came here as a kid, it did not look this nice. Everything has air, the fans, it's heated, and they've got the living room area with the little dining area, as well as a full kitchen. We really liked the kitchen. It had the appliances in case you wanted to cook. There's also a TV, and it had actual TV channels, so you could watch or bring some movies and be able to watch some DVDs if you wanted to do that. But for a one-bedroom cabin, it really wasn't that small. It was very comfortable for the two of us. And like I said, we brought our own coffee stuff. We obviously cleaned before I recorded this. I went in with the Lysol wipes and wiped everything down. I wiped down anything that we would have touched. I wiped down before I started going through the cabinets and all of that. But it's fully furnished, so you don't need to bring plates or cups or anything like that. Just basically you would just need to bring the food or the coffee grounds or, that kind of thing. But everything else as far as dishware is provided, so that way you don't need to worry about that. So like I said, this is a fully furnished kitchen. So if you were planning on cooking or baking or anything like that, all of those bakeware items were provided. We laughed because there was one cabinet that just had the one little 1 cup measuring cup in it, and that just seemed funny to me. But there was lots of cabinet space. So if you were going to bring some non-perishable stuff and didn't want to leave it out on the counter, tons of places to put that. They also had the cooking utensils in case you needed a spatula or something like that, as well as the actual forks, spoons, knives, all that good stuff was provided. That way you don't need to bring paper products or plastic forks or anything like that unless you just want to do that. The fridge was also large, so if you were going to bring a bunch of stuff, if you've got like multiple family members that's coming with you and you wanted to cook the whole stay, you totally could. All of that was provided for you. So like I said, this is a 1-bedroom cabin. Each of the cabins will have their own specific names based on the type of like model that they are, the type of cabin it is. So they'll have names like Maple and that kind of thing. So we had the 1-bedroom with the king size bed, and then they also had another one this style with a queen size bed. Now I will tell you that the bed was not great. It could definitely have been improved. It was a little hard, but the bathroom was very comfortable. The only downside with the bathroom was the hot water ran out after like 10 minutes, so just kind of be aware of that. But that just kind of comes with the territory. If you're out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, that's just kind of something to be expected. So just kind of plan your showers accordingly. But it was very comfortable. The temperature was great. The outside noise was very low. So it's kind of what we wanted. The only thing that I would say that could have been improved was the bed. There are 2 restaurants on property that are open seasonally here at Fontana Village. During our stay, the only restaurant that was open was the Wildwood Grill, which had tons of outdoor seating. We were really impressed with this place. Again, for being out in the middle of nowhere, the menu here was fresh and innovative, and the food was amazing. They often have specialty or holiday menus, and so we were there during Labor Day weekend, so they had a specific Labor Day special, and we actually ended up eating here both evenings during our stay because it was so good. So we got this specific appetizer both evenings when we went, and that was the Fontana chips. These were amazing. I've tried to recreate them and it didn't work. They're house-made chips with this sweet buffalo sauce with bacon and blue cheese. Oh, so good. We also did the build your own burger, and so I'm very picky when it comes to my burgers, so this worked for me. The chips, well, not the chips, the fries were also house made. And then we also tried on our second night the pizza, and we got the Mediterranean pizza. Holy moly, this pizza was so good. It had artichokes and cheese, and there was like a sweetness on the outside of the crust. It was probably the best pizza I've ever had, and it was out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains in western North Carolina. Blew my mind. And so on our last night, we decided to try one of their specialty desserts, which was the funnel cake fries. And again, holy moly, these were so good. It was the fried dough with 3 scoops of ice cream with crushed M&Ms and sprinkles and chocolate syrup, and I can't even describe. It was so good. And I just can't get over how good it was. I would come back to that restaurant specifically for those items if given the chance. So anyway, enough about the food. It's making me hungry. So like I said before, the Fontana Village is a great place to hold events, family reunions, weddings, whatever you got going on. There was 2 different places where you could have an outdoor fire pit, where they had evening marshmallow roasts each night by the fire. They also have putt-putt, and I think that's a skeet ball. I'm not really sure what it was. But they also have a general store that has an ice cream parlor. And then right next to that is the Stone Creek Pool and Lazy River, which is their pool and obviously lazy river. So we spent a little time at the pool. We didn't stay too long because the longer that we stayed, it got a little bit more crowded. But we were really impressed with this because this is a lot different from where it was when I came here like 20 years ago as a kid. It was just like an Olympic-sized pool. So this is a vast improvement on what it was before. So everything is pretty walkable. They had a walking path down to the playground and to the pool. And they also had this adorable little chapel out in the middle where all the cabins were. We loved it. It wasn't open. I don't think they were actually holding services there because of COVID, but they had this beautiful, I guess you would call it like a prayer garden, and there's a river, little creek that goes through. We were so impressed with how gorgeous the property itself was. They also had this historic cabin, and then because again COVID, some things were not in operation, like their game room. This was the game room. It was not in operation, but hopefully once all this is said and done, they can start hosting more musical events and more parties and have a lot more activity, because we really love this place. So like I said earlier in the video, the Fontana Dam, the actual village, was built for the people who were actually doing the construction on this dam. So you can't not go to Fontana Village without at least visiting the dam as well. So they had an overlook, but again, it was closed because of COVID. But that would have been the gift shop. And then they also had this circular little info poster board thing where you can learn a little bit more about the history of the dam. The views were stunning. The property also had a marina, which we're not boat people, but if you like boats, you can take it up there or rent. They have tons of outdoor activities to do, as well as hiking and all that good stuff. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you for hanging out with us and letting me talk about Fontana Village with you and showing you everything that it has to offer. That was just kind of scratching the surface, but we definitely recommend that you check out Fontana Village in Western North Carolina. It is so worth it to us, and it holds such a special place in our heart. So feel free to share this videos with others. Come check it out. We definitely don't think that you will regret it. And like and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for watching again, and we will see you next time. Bye.